only get what you deserve, shawty. You only get what you deserve, shawty. You only get what you deserve, shawty. You only get what you deserve, shawty. And when it aligns with what you want and need, that's how you know where you planted your seed. You only get what you deserve, shawty. You only get what you deserve, shawty. And when it aligns with what you want and need, that's how you know where you planted your seed. You only get what you deserve. And when it aligns with what you want and need, that's how you know where you planted your seed. So, if you are experiencing something that feels like it goes against your wants and needs, it is still something that you deserve based off of wherever you are at mentally, whatever state of being you are in, whatever you have going on that you might not have rectified, right? So when you wake up for the day, when you experience your day, think about, what do I need to emotionally and mentally change about myself? Because it starts with you. Shadow work is separating from bias and blaming others for the situation that you're in and pointing to other people of why your actions are the way that you are the way that they are. And it's looking at those things that might be uncomfortable for you to look at, aka the shadows. So instead of focusing on the light, one form of information, and it might come in the form of someone else outside of you, and focusing on that one thing of the reason of why everything, you can be blinded by all the other things going on around it. Just like if you stare at a light bulb, eventually that's all you're going to see. You don't see anything else going on. You don't see any other sense of awareness other than that light you staring at. So it's like a physical representation. So everything we say, everything we talk about, everything we utilize our words to describe came from an internal place first inside. So, as I stated, if what you are experiencing is something that goes against your wants and needs, it's still something that you deserve, and let that be a lesson so that you can create new circumstances and situations. So when you experience certain obstacles, just be like, okay, I know this isn't something I necessarily want to experience, but what brought me to this point? What is the root of this issue, or the root of whatever is going on? Because instead of looking at it as problems, because every issue is not a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like a magazine, you got this kind of issue, you got that kind of issue. It doesn't necessarily mean problem, right? So instead of looking at the things that you're experiencing as something as problem, you can see them as issues, and then think about how you got there. What was the root of this? What was the point, and what was the purpose of you experiencing this? What can you learn from? What do you need to change inside? What do you need to change about yourself in order to have a better outcome? But don't be so fixated on the outcome either. Just think about right now in the current moment. Like, I would like to feel like this. So like you learn how to feel good by feeling good, like choosing regardless of whatever's around you. It could be discomfort, it could be pain, and you choosing to feel good about it, so you're able to heal yourself. For example, day before yesterday, I was walking all over. Like, I probably walked like a total of like 4 or 5 hours yesterday, right? In Crocs. And not even Crocs, like Walmart, you feel me? Crocs, like whatever, like just not the typical like Crocs that say CROCS or whatever, but I was walking all over in those, right? And it got to a point where towards the end my feet was hurting so fucking bad that I was just like, let me walk a little bit slower, because I like to walk fast. So instead of like complaining about, because I'm grateful for the journey, I'm grateful for the travels that I took, right? So I wasn't gonna be like, damn, I shouldn't have, coulda, woulda. Like, I'm not gonna get lost in those spells either. So I'm walking, I'm starting to feel like my pain like in my feet or whatever, and I start walking slower, and then I start starting to see and visualize my destination, right? And then I start singing to myself, singing about how it's gonna be all right, like something about me feeling pain and aching, but it's gonna be okay. Like me singing a song about that, like it's gonna be all right, okay. I feel some pain and some aching today, like, but it's gonna be all right, like whatever. Like, it wasn't that song specifically, it was just whatever freestyle or something I was feeling at the time. But that's like freestyles heal you. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you able to swim freely better in whatever air, water, whatever, you know, in that particular moment. So that's just an example of like, because after that I still had like 2 more hours. Like my feet was hurting like 2 or 3 hours into me walking, and when my feet was hurting like that, I still had a long way to go. But once I started singing that song to myself, I didn't feel no pain at all anymore. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I be feeling like, it's like, yeah, people talk about the Bible and they uplift it and stuff like that, and they feel like it's important, and it's important however you want to see it, right? But at the same time, just like a human being wrote that book, I'm not saying I'm human or whatever, but I'm saying just like a human being wrote that book, and a lot of people see it as something that's valuable, as important, something to be passed down 2,000, 3,000 years later and stuff like that. You have the ability to be able to heal yourself and do the same kind of magic and everything they was talking about in the Bible, and you're able to specifically and individually do it for you, and it's able to work sufficiently because you uniquely know what it is that you need and what it is for you to focus on. So that's something you can write down. That's a book you can title. That's the words that you can put together and align and structure it, right? And you can put it up on a bookshelf if you want. You can name it, you can call it whatever you want. You can pass it down to your traditions and to your family and teach other people how they can be their selves. You know what I'm saying? It's because it don't be about do this like this person did it or do this like me. It's like, this is what helped me. So you find your own way to do that. You find your own way to heal yourself. You find your own way to feel better about things. You find your own way, you know, to do it. And it just goes for every single situation and everything going on in life. It don't even just have to be the pain in your feet. It could be you being at a job that you don't necessarily want to be at, and you feeling pain from that. You living in a place, a location where you have privacy and home matters, but you feel a level of uncomfortability. It's like you want to transform that situation. Feel how you would feel if you wasn't in that situation. You was actually where you want to be, regardless of what's going on. If you work a job and you go into work and you like, damn, like this is not necessarily the ideal job for me. Like, I don't necessarily want to work and I don't necessarily want to be in this place. Imagine you at Paradise. You know what I'm saying? If you're working at a motherfucking smoothie shop or something, you have the alchemy with the colors. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got green smoothies, red smoothies, yellow smoothies. You got all these different kind of smoothies. So you can look at that smoothie and do your own type of magic about, this is the color I'm interacting with and this is how I'm transforming this or whatever. Instead of just mindlessly doing shit to try to get through the day, that's what slows things down. But when you enjoy work, that's what makes the time go by that much more faster. Okay, so we all doing the work, and you got to work on yourself. You got to value yourself and do whatever is best for you to be able to get to where you're going. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm just doing a lot of videos today, you know what I'm saying? Because it's Saturday, working hard, you know what I'm saying? I don't have work, but I'm still working towards my creative attributes, and I'm grateful for the space I have to be able to do that. And, you know, I just wanted to talk about things that's been on my mind, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm at the train station right now. Tren Urbano. And Roosevelt. But yeah, air.